In the history of the Russian top flight, one club is associated with success and stability above all others. But on the final day of last season, this stability came to an end. Dynamo Moscow were relegated for the very first time in their 93-year history, the only Russian team never to have done so before.
It was a tragedy for the fans and everyone connected to Dynamo Moscow. The tragedy continues.
It was painful, firstly for the players, staff and everyone at the club, but mainly for the fans. It was such a huge blow to us all. Personally, I still find it unbelievable that we got relegated.
Unfortunately, we were heading in this direction for the whole year. I was prepared for it. It wasn't a surprise for me when it actually happened. Despite this, I was devastated. When I think of Dynamo and our proud history, being relegated for the first time hit me in the heart. It will stay with me forever.
In 1936, Dynamo Moscow won the inaugural league title of the Soviet top flight, thus beginning a period of unrivaled success. Over the 40 years that followed, they won 11 league titles, making them one of the most storied clubs in Russia.
I first became involved in 1975 when I was 20 years old. And after my debut, I never looked back. I was picked from then on, playing every minute of the remaining games that season. That year we came third in the league. Then, in 1976, in my second season, we won it. You know, this year, it will be 40 years since we were last champions. Back then, Dynamo was such stable performers. Any less than fourth place would have been a big shock for us. We played at a very high level and seldomly lost, especially in the 1970s. But it was the 1980s when it all began to change. A lot of the veterans left, and that was it. We started to transform as a team, and things became much less certain.
I think most football fans become so by inheritance, from grandfather to father to son. Dynamo Moscow is a major part of my life. Firstly comes family, friends, relatives, and of course my son. Secondly is Dynamo Moscow and football. I haven't missed a single Dynamo match in 6 years. Unfortunately, our best years are behind us. The successes of the 30s, 40s, 50s and 60s. In the last 40 years, Dynamo have won fewer and fewer trophies. Despite this, we have a glorious past. Nobody forgets the club's historic trip to England in 1945. I have no doubts that we'll make an immediate return this year. I think the squad, the new coach, finances, and everything is in place to ensure this. I'm sure next season we'll be playing in the Premier League.
Over the summer, former player Yuri Kalitvintsev was appointed, and he'll lead Dynamo's charge in pursuit of an immediate return to the top flight.
Former glories can't be brought back, but they also will never be lost. Dynamo is a club with great history, and this great history will always remain. Our task is not to let down those people who achieved so much and attempt to return Dynamo to glory. My main ambition is to create a team of like-minded people who'll be prepared to achieve our goals at any price, sacrificing everything for the team. When joining Dynamo, I asked the lads to learn the history of the club so that they understand what the letter on their chest means. If you don't know the history, then you won't be seriously committed to the team.
In my 22 years at the club, I've never seen anything like it. The new coach is creating a team spirit and has united the players around himself. And as a team, we're moving ahead and only ahead.
The club's motto is power in motion, and after an unbeaten start to life in Russia's second tier, everyone involved at Dynamo is firmly moving in the right direction.
History and glory are the things that make my task an immediate one. Because a club like Dynamo Moscow, and I mean no disrespect to the rest of the league, on footballing terms, must be playing in the Premier League.
Power in motion? Well, everyone understands that in motion there must be power and victory. That's how I see it.
Power in motion is moving forward, and only forward. It's the fans who'll stimulate this progression, so we can win and win trophies.
Onwards, Dynamo.